Welcome, everyone. It's Cannabis News. I'm your host, Joe Klare. It's December 31st, 2019, the end of 2019. Hopefully you all are safe tonight. Don't drink and drive, all that stuff. Don't be out there. There's drinkers and drivers out there, and they are going to come after you and be in your way. So stay home. Enjoy the new year at home. For those of you wondering if there was a Monday show and you may have missed it or you may be hallucinating, none of those things are true, except that there was not a Monday show. I had some personal stuff going on yesterday, and it's, while not totally resolved, is to the point where it's manageable enough for me to be here to do the show. I'll do a show on Saturday, so it'll be 5 shows for the week, as there always are. One other time we had to do a Saturday show, and we'll do it again this week. But you're still going to get your full allotment of content or your money back, because the show's free. Get it? Anyway, today we're talking about New Mexico's schools and allowing medical marijuana at schools for children. Also, Amazon forbids sales of CBD, but the Washington Post did a little investigation, because it's very important, and found that you can still find CBD on Amazon. And Illinois begins recreational sales tomorrow. Some of the stores that have licenses and should be ready to go are not yet ready to go. There's still some things, some I's to dot and some T's to cross, if you will. So they'll be delayed. We'll tell you about all of that coming up. First of all, cannabis news. I'm a little off. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I'm a little bit off. There's no excuse. Not that you all care. It's part of the charm of the show. You love it. You love it. You love me. Show is brought to you by Natureside, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides grow safe and poison-free with Natureside. Don't use harmful chemicals or banned pesticides. Instead of doing that dumb stuff, do something smart. Use Natureside. That's right. If you want to take that as if I'm saying that if you don't use Natureside, you're dumb, well, take it however you want. I didn't implicitly say that, or explicitly say that. I maybe implied it. If that's the way you feel. Maybe you have a guilty conscience. I don't know. You can't lay it on me, bro. It's not. Your hang-ups are not my hang-ups, dog. Anyway, first story from MarijuanaTimes.org by Julia Granowitz. New Mexico schools begin to allow medical marijuana on campus. In April of this year, New Mexico legislators approved a law that requires all schools to allow patients medicating legally with medical marijuana to be able to take their medicine at school. There are restrictions, such as it can't be administered via smoke or vapor, and it can't be possessed by the student. Aztec District School Board adopted their own policy and recently approved their own set of restrictions for medicating on campus. I know this is very controversial, but that's why we brought this forward in the way we did, said Aztec Superintendent Kirk Carpenter. We may not feel like we want to drive 55, but that's the law, and this is the law. I'm not sure if that's the best analogy. The Aztecs, I believe, by the way, are the University of New Mexico. The policy passed by the school board will require parents to bring the medicine to school, and they must administer the medication and then take anything extra home with them, which is the way it is a lot. The parents or the nurses are supposed to administer, supposed to be stored at school, things of that nature. That still says Natureside. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is the story that I'm talking about. Right there. Just a little off. Not enough to derail the whole show, but enough to make it interesting, nonetheless. So anyways, I said, this is what's going on in a lot of places. I don't know exactly how this is controversial. I don't know how people choosing their medicine to begin with is controversial. I certainly don't know how children being allowed their medicine in school is controversial. This is the problem. We've lost all sight of what words mean. If it's something this should be perfectly allowable, now it's controversial because some people don't like it for some stupid reason. So now it's controversial. There's nothing controversial about giving people medicine. That's stupid. That's controversial. You saying it's controversial is controversial to me. These things are just out of whack. They're completely out of whack. How we bring them back, I don't know. That rhyme's certainly not going to help. It's next story. The Washington Post. Amazon prohibits CBD sales, but it's still easy to buy on the site. That's right, the Washington Post bringing you the hard-hitting news. Now, I will mention that the Washington Post is owned by the same people that own Amazon, so I guess this is kind of a way to say, hey, look at us. We're independent. We'll even investigate our own parent company, even if it's over something stupid like whether or not they still have CBD on their site. And I get that Amazon says they don't have CBD, but they found some CBD, and apparently that's a big deal. But I don't. Again, people wanting to buy CBD is not controversial. It's not a big deal. Amazon made it a big deal by saying they're not going to sell CBD products. Their policy expressly bars the sale of CBD in any product. They said listings for products containing CBD are prohibited, but a Washington Post investigation found that it's possible, even easy, to buy the forbidden compound. The forbidden compound. This is what I'm talking about. This silly, ridiculous overreaction to everything. We are so spoiled. We're so spoiled in this world. People used to only worry about starving to death or being eaten by a large animal or freezing to death during the winter. That's what they worried about all the time. We've taken care of most of these things for most people, so now we have time to worry about all kinds of ridiculous nonsense, like whether the forbidden compound of CBD can be found on Amazon. So they go on to say, some of these companies just stopped listed CBD as an ingredient and left it up there. Amazon, they have a lot of third-party sellers or whatever. And it's a whole big story. It's a whole investigation from the Washington Post. The paper that broke Watergate is investigating whether Amazon is selling CBD. I don't know. I mean, I'm tired, not just because of what's happened in my personal life, but just in general of this garbage. We have so much time on our hands that the Washington Post can devote an entire investigation to the forbidden compound of CBD and whether you can find it on Amazon. Well, you can. There's some on there. Boulder, Colorado-based Weller, which sells a variety of CBD products on Amazon. So go get it. Run to Amazon and get your CBD if you want it before they take it off. Not that you can't go to these people's websites and do the same thing and find their third-party testing results and all that. It's just not a big deal. Well, Weller co-founder John Simmons says it's the same product. They just took CBD off of it. Dark chocolate coconut bites on Amazon. Oh, that sounds awful. That dark chocolate coconut bites. No, I wouldn't get that. It's apparently it's there if you like that, and it has CBD in it. They took the CBD off the ingredients, so it was still fly for Amazon, but you should go buy it. So go buy it. Hurry before they take it off. His company is simply trying to navigate a business with inconsistent rules as the CBD market moves into the mainstream, Simmons said. And what is the point anyway? CBD is legal. Hemp-derived CBD is legal on a federal level in the United States. So if some people want to sell it on Amazon, so what? The paper that broke Watergate. Now, there's Watergate and the forbidden compound controversy on Amazon. Legendary. Washington Post. It's the last story. It's from the Chicago Tribune. Not as legendary. They don't have a CBD investigation that I'm aware of. Legal weed sales start Wednesday, but 6 stores in Illinois won't be ready to open. Here's why. As you know, tomorrow, a lot of recreational marijuana sales are going to start all over Illinois, but 14% of dispensaries that receive state and local approval to sell weed won't be ready in time. 37 marijuana stores around the state plan to open their doors to recreational customers, many as early as 6 a.m. on Wednesday. Another 6 received approval but will not open because of construction, permitting issues, or other reasons. Zen Leaf's location in St. Charles is one of them. The city council approved recreational cannabis sales in the western suburb. There are still zoning issues to work out. The dispensary hopes to be open by February. All 55 medical marijuana dispensaries in Illinois were able to apply to also sell recreational cannabis. So far, the state has approved 46 of them to do so. 3 stores that won state approval won't be able to sell recreational pot because their municipalities opted out of sales. Now, for those of you who are visual learners and live in Illinois and are looking for recreational marijuana, here's a handy little map that the Chicago Tribune has provided of Chicago and the surrounding areas, where recreational marijuana will be sold starting on January 1st. And they break it down to all the different categories that I just talked about. See a lot of the dark green dots, they are approved for recreational. The light green dot you see there in the middle is approved but won't be ready January 1st. So there's some places that you're going to be able to buy marijuana in Illinois. It's going to be the same as it was in just about every other state that's legalized recreational use. Massachusetts, California, there's early on there's going to be a lot of shortages, high prices, lines. There's going to be a lot of, hey, we don't have that product. We hope to have it soon. We're not open yet. We hope to be open soon. Things of that nature. There's going to be a lot of stops and starts, and it's going to take a while for supply to come online and get to a point where the prices and the supply is competitive with the illegal market, just as we've seen everywhere else. But again, as I've said before, when it comes to that, even though it's going to be a long road, the journey has started. And people in Illinois are starting tomorrow are going to be able to buy, at least in some places, recreational marijuana for any reason they want, as long as they're 21. And that, in the end, is a great thing. That's the end of the year. That's it. See you all in 2020 right here on Cannabis News. As I said, remember, there wasn't a show Monday for personal issues. I'll make it up Saturday, so there will be 5 shows this week. Make sure you check out the Marijuana Times on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. We're closing in on 3,000 subscribers. We're also on Apple Podcasts as well. MarijuanaTimes.org for all information, social media, articles. Click the video tab. You find all the shows of Cannabis News, all of the episodes. Thank you to Natureside, nature-side.com, and the organic all-natural pesticides. Thank you to Natureside. Thanks to all of you for watching and listening today. We'll see you next time right here on Cannabis News.